Today's video will demonstrate how to use the driver to verify a program. Hello, I'm James Helfrich. It's often tedious and difficult to verify that a given program is correct, if only we can write code to do so. Today's video will demonstrate how to take an existing program, Sudoku, and write a driver automation to verify the various functions to make sure everything works correct. Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to test the program, test the function string from file from coordinate. Okay, so I'm going to get a coordinate, let's say 0, 0, and I'm going to expect it to be A1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say assert that string coordinate equals A1. And when I run it, then it goes on to run the program. So I kind of need something better for that. So I'm going to say print new line, tests passed. Okay, let's try that again. And I run it and test pass. Okay, good. But what happens if this did not work? Let's say I want to say that 2 equals A1, and then I get an assert. So there we go, my assert did work. So 0, 0 is A1, and let's see here, what other test cases am I going to add here? Row equals 2 is going to be A3, and row 0, column 2 will be C1, and I run that and test pass. Now, what I really should do is collect all this into a function. I'll call this function test. How about string from coordinates? Okay, string from coordinates. Okay, and this is going to, oh, I forgot my colon there. And this is going to test string from coordinates. Okay. And now all this will be in my test program here, my test function. And then I will say, def. And then I'm going to run my program before I run main. Test string from coordinates and run it. And my test pass. Good. All right, that's awesome. Okay, so I have bottom left-hand corner. I only change the row. I only change the column. What if I change both the row and the column? So I'm going to say 4, 5, and that would be F5. Okay, cool. That worked. All right. Now I also have a function called, let's see here, test, let's see here, parse input. Okay, and this will take a coordinate and to text like A1 and turn it into 0, 0. Okay, so what I want to do is assert parse input, and I'm going to say F4 equals 0, 0. And true means I was successful. Okay, F4 definitely is not 0, 0, so I expect this to fail. But when I run it, oh, hang on a second, I forgot to reset. When I run it, it says test pass. Oh, because I did not hook this up. Right, so now I got to say hook it up, and now I expect it to, yeah, forgot to reset. And there we go. The F4 is not 0, 0. Okay, so what is 0, 0? That would be A1 would be 0, 0. So reset, run it again, test pass. Okay, but I'm probably going to run drivers for many programs. So I'm going to say something called test, and this is going to test all my drivers. Okay. And so I'm going to put all this test code in here. And then I'm going to say test. Okay, so, and maybe after everything is done, then I'll have my print. So if there's that, oops, forgot to reset it. Does that work? All test pass, good. Okay, A1 is 0, 0. Okay. Let's see here. A3, so I've just changed the column. So that should be 2. And let's see here. How about C1? That should be 2. And how about the one I just did a second ago, which was F5, and F5 is 4, comma 5. Okay, let's see if that works. Gonna run it. Oops, sorry, I forgot to reset. Gonna rerun it, and all my tests pass. Okay. Now I can also, my code should be case insensitive. So let's add that test case here. And I'm gonna say lowercase f5. And I should be able to change the order I put the coordinates in. So how about 5F? Okay, run that. Everything passed, good. I should be also able to skip invalid characters. So how about F5? Okay, and that worked, okay. And I should also be able to detect incorrect things. So how about I'm going to go A0, and so 0 is not a valid column. So it picked up my row just fine, but not my column. And so that should be a false. Okay, run that. That worked, okay. And then let's do, how about not A, but J1. So now my row is correct, but my column is bogus. Okay, and I caught that. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about that. So here, what should I test now? Test parse input, test string. How about test is input legal? Okay, so this is going to test is input legal. And I always forget that colon there. Test is input legal. Okay. And is input legal takes a board and a row, let's say 2, 2, and a value, let's say 4. And this is going to say, okay, if it's true, but I need a test board. So I'm going to grab this handy dandy test board that I created ahead of time here. And here's my test board, okay. And slot 2, 2 is a slot right here. And can it take a 4? Ooh, there's a 4 there. So can it take a 1, 2, a 9? Looks like a 9 is good. Okay, so 9 is good. And I got it all hooked up. Reset my test, run it again, test pass. Let's do a 1 here, because a 1 is not legal because of right here. And it caught it, good, okay. Okay, so 4 is okay. And then I have 3 other test cases. I say read not equals okay when we have an inside square violation. I want to say not equal when I have a row violation. And I'm going to say not equal when I have a column violation. Now let's see here. What would be a violation for the inside square? Only, and this is the guy I'm looking at right here. And looks like 7 is only right there. So that would be the inside square. And a row, let's see here. This is a row. 2, maybe? No. How about 1? Yeah, only 1. Because this is the only violation right there. So that would be a 1. and a column, which is right along here, maybe 4 or 2, and we already have a 2 there, so it must be 4. But 9 is the one value that's not anywhere. Okay. All right, let's try that. And test passed. Okay, so let's see what we did here. I added a commandeer in front of main to run all my drivers. I created a special function to automate each of the functions I'm testing. I had a test board, which handled all my test cases, okay, inside row, column, or inside square. I have my test coordinates, which tested my test cases. I 0, 0, I varied just the row, varied just the column, and varied them both. And parse input, where I gave a bunch of input that is just a row, just the column, both lowercase, reverse, extraneous characters I would ignore, invalid row, invalid column. And that's how I add automation to an existing program. I hope this was helpful. You can learn more about automation in the automation section of the driver chapter of the software design textbook.